Hey everybody, welcome to the yoga space. My name is Mary Smith. Today we're just going to do a simple, easy practice. No expectations, just exploration. So if you have yoga blocks handy, a sweat towel, and a water jug, we'll go ahead and get started. Let's start lying on our backs. So come to a comfortable spot on your mat. Take those feet long down the mat. Stretch those arms overhead. Big stretch up. And as you exhale, hug those knees into the chest. Give them a tight squeeze. Rocking side to side on the low back. Let's turn those rocks into knee circles. Keep those knees together and circle them in one direction. Doesn't matter which way you go, because we'll be switching directions here in a bit. Switching directions. Now take those knees away from each other, making circles. Again, it doesn't matter which way you start because we will be switching directions. Getting that fluid moving through the hip joints. Beginning to warm up our body. Switching directions, taking it the opposite way. Hugging those knees into chest once again, tight squeeze. Maybe this time lifting head and shoulders off the mat. Bringing knees to forehead, forehead to knees. And exhale, really set down. Keep that right leg hugged in tight. Send that left leg long down the mat. Squeezing knee towards chest. Now let's open that right leg out to the right side. Let that knee fall towards the earth. Here's an opportunity where you may want to use that block to slide it underneath that leg to provide some more stability there as we open up that inner thigh. Bringing that right knee back through center. Take that left hand, grab the outside of the right knee and drag that knee across the body, coming into a twist. As you take your gaze over that right shoulder, twisting from the belly. Inhale, bring that right leg back through center, hug it in tight, and interlace those fingers behind the knee. Now with an inhale, begin to take that right leg up to the ceiling, flex and point through the toes. Keep that left thigh pushing down into the mat. Now take circles through that right ankle. Circle it out the other direction. And release your grip of that right leg and let it lower down to the mat as arms stretch overhead. Big full body stretch. And as you exhale, hugging that left knee into chest, give it a tight squeeze. Inhale, open that left leg out to the left. Again, maybe utilizing a yoga block or maybe a blanket you have nearby to help support that leg as you open it up, feeling the stretch in the inner thigh and the groin area. Moving with your body. Inhale, bring that left leg back through center. Right hand reaches across for the outer edge of that right knee, or left knee, excuse me, and drag it across the body, taking that gaze over the left shoulder, twisting from the belly. Your upper back will begin to arch here as you push that left shoulder blade into the mat. Inhale, bring it back through center. Hug that knee in tight. Interlace those hands behind the left knee and send that left foot up to the ceiling, pointing and flexing through the foot as we work into the ankle. Begin to turn that into circles, getting full range of motion through that ankle joint. Taking that circle the other direction. And releasing that hold of the leg as you slowly lower it down to the mat. Arms reaching overhead, full body stretch. And then hugging those knees in tight one last time. Beginning to rock along the length of the spine, forward and back. Eventually making your way through seated into a tabletop position. Palms come underneath those shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Pull that belly button into the spine, engaging that core. And as you inhale, let's take a cow pose. So leading with the crown of the head as the sternum pulls through. Those shoulder blades are coming towards your pockets and that tailbone is lifting behind you. With an exhale breath, begin to tuck chin to chest. Actively push the mat away, rounding through the upper back. And that tailbone will begin to drop down towards the heels. Push the tops of the feet into the mat. Taking that one more time as you inhale, find that cow posture. And exhale into that cat. Inhale through cow. And exhale cat. Beautiful job. Keeping those hips high. Begin to walk those palms forward, maybe gripping the top of your mat as you bring head and chest down towards the mat. Puppy pose here. If you feel any pinching through those shoulders, take your arms out wider and focus on rotating the inner shoulder away from the ear space. Again, push those feet down into the mat. Working with the breath, seeing if you can sink that chest just a little bit further. One more breath here. Elbows on the mat as we begin to glide forward, keeping our chest as close to the mat as possible. As we come down to our belly, let's bring those elbows underneath the shoulders. Again, tops of the feet pushing into the mat. Finding our Sphinx pose here this morning. Let's take some neck stretches while we're here. So drop that chin to chest, feel the stretch through the back of the neck. And then take right ear to right shoulder. Bring it back through center and left ear towards left shoulder. Bringing it back through center as we begin to take gentle circles with that head, being mindful when we take back that we're not crunching anything in the spine. All right, bringing those palms back down to the mat, swiveling those elbows out to the edges. As we come down, bringing our forehead to the mat. Take your arms out like a letter T. Now bring that left hand underneath the left shoulder and begin to rotate towards that long right hand. We're taking a stretch through the front of our shoulder here. Start to lift that left hip up. Feet can stack here, or you can bring that right foot behind the left and just tent those toes behind you. You control the stretch with how much you're pushing into that left palm. Let your head rest on the mat. Rolling it back through center. Extend that left hand out to the left as right palm comes underneath the right shoulder. Push into that right hand and start to lift that right as we roll to the left. Maybe that right foot steps behind the left. Rolling it back through as we bring both palms underneath the shoulders. As we inhale, roll up, baby cobra. Keep those elbows bent, squeezing into the side body. And exhale, lower down. Let's do that once again. Inhale, rise, half lift, maybe tenting your fingers this time. And exhale, lower. One last time. Inhale takes it up. And exhale down. Let's scoot those palms back to the low rib cage. And as you inhale, push into those hands. Straighten into the arms. Stack the shoulders over wrists. Finding that full cobra pose. Take a gaze over your right shoulder. Hello there. Take a gaze over the left shoulder. Bring that gaze back through center. And bring those big toes to touch as you begin to lift those hips, pushing them back towards the heels as we settle into a child's pose for just a breath here. Feel those hips driving towards the heels as we stretch through the low back. Always remembering to breathe. Beginning to shift back forward through that tabletop position. Swivel those feet parallel. Tuck the toes under. Lift those hips up and send them back. Finding your first down dog of the practice. Pedal out your feet, bending through one knee and then the other. Let the head hang heavy. Lift both of those heels off the mat, high up on the tippy toes. Gaze between the thumbs and begin to walk your way up to the top of the mat. Feet are hips width distance apart, 2 fist distance. Inhale, half lift, palms to shins. And exhale, fold. Again, inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Let's just dangle here in ragdoll, maybe grabbing opposite elbows or wrists. Again, let that head hang heavy. No weight in the head. Belly to thighs. Maybe there's a bend in your knees to help assist with that if the hamstrings are tight. Flipping that tailbone up behind you. If you have hold of those elbows, go ahead and flip-flop your grip. Releasing those fingertips towards the earth. Inhale, half lift. Maybe fingertips are still on the mat this time. Let's plant that left hand directly between beneath our left nose. Yeah, we have 2 noses now. Bend into that left knee. And as you inhale, send that right arm up to the sky, twisting open. Let's take some circles through our wrists here. Again, in both directions. Exhale, bring that right hand back down to the mat. Switch sides, right hand plants, right knee bends. Inhale, left arm reaches to the sky. Circling out that wrist. Both directions. And lower that left hand back down to the mat. Inhale, half lift, extend the crown of your head towards the top of your mat. And exhale, fold. Bending into the knees, let's inhale and roll up one vertebrae at a time as we arrive in a standing position. Beautiful job. Those feet are still hips width distance apart. As you inhale, take those arms high overhead. Right hand is going to grab that left wrist, and we're going to take a lean over to our right here, shifting those hips left. Option to shift your weight into your right leg and step that left leg behind. Inhale, bring everything back through center, reach those arms up, switch that grip. So left hand grabs the right wrist. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, take that bend off to the left now. Again, option to stay right here and shift those hips right, or shift that weight into that left leg as right foot steps behind, feeling the deep stretch. Inhale, bring everything back through center, arms reach high. As we exhale, we're gonna cactus our arms. So we're gonna take those elbows out to the side. Palms are pointing towards the front of the mat. And we're gonna push our chest and hips forward as the shoulders lean back, gaze lifts towards the ceiling. Squeeze those shoulder blades together like you're trying to hold a pencil between those shoulder blades. Inhale, arms reach high. And exhale, hinge and fold, reaching fingertips towards the ground. Nice flat back all the way down. Inhale, finding a half lift. Exhale as you bend your knees, plant those palms, step the feet back, top of a push-up here. Now we're gonna modify today. We're gonna lower down to the knees first. Then we're gonna shift forward, bringing shoulders in front of the wrists as elbows bend towards the back of our mat, lowering down halfway. Modified chaturanga. Inhale, take it through that cobra pose. Push the tops of the feet into the mat. And as you exhale, tuck toes under, lift hips up and back, finding that down dog. Take a deep inhale in through the nose. Exhale, let it go. Again, deep inhale in. And exhale, let it go. Inhale, high to those tippy toes. Walk or step to the top of your mat. Again, hips width distance with those feet. Inhale, half lift. And exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back, rise all the way to stand as palms sweep overhead. And exhale, hands down to the side body. Great job. We're gonna speed that up a little bit, turning that into our Sun A salutation today. So as you inhale, take those arms overhead. Right hand grabs that left wrist as we take it off to the right. Inhale, bring it back through center, arms reach high. Exhale, take it left. Inhale, back through center. Exhale, cactus those arms, find that back bend. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hinge and fold, ride that breath all the way down. Inhale to half lift. As you exhale, knees are gonna bend as palms plant, step back, left foot, right foot, top of a plank. Again, the modified version, lower to the knees first. Shift forward, shoulders in front of wrists. Bend those elbows, lowering down. Inhale into your cobra pose. And exhale, down dog. Pushing those palms into the mat and a little forward as you rotate through the upper arms, making space for your head to hang between those biceps. Heels gently driving towards the earth as kneecaps are lifting and inner thighs are rotating away from each other. Big inhale in. Exhale, let it go. One more time, big inhale in. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, high to those tippy toes. And as you exhale, begin to walk it back to the top of the mat. Hips width distance, inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold it down. Inhale, rise to stand, palms reaching overhead. And exhale, hands down to the side body. Beautiful job. Let's move on and do a couple of sun Bs now. These ones are a little bit more difficult. Take them at your own pace. Please feel free to skip the chaturangas between the postures if you need to. Here we go. Starting with our Utkatasana, our fierce pose, we're gonna find that pretend chair behind us and begin to sit with it. To do that, we're gonna start to bend into the knees, tracking them towards the toes as our hips begin to sink low. With an inhale breath, we're gonna take those arms overhead, trying to stack shoulders over hips. Belly is pulled in, core is engaged, pubic bone gently drawing up to lengthen the tailbone down. As you exhale, hinging and folding, reaching fingertips towards the earth as those legs straighten. Inhale, half lift. As you exhale, bending those knees, planting those hands, step back, right foot, left foot, top of a plank, lowering down through that chaturanga, knees first. Inhale to up dog. Exhale to down dog. Right away, that right foot steps to the right wrist as left heel spins flat, so toes are at a 45-degree angle. With an inhale breath, we're gonna rise into our warrior one, shoulders squaring to the top of the mat. Ooh, excuse me, I'm losing my breath. Exhale, hands back down as right foot steps to the back of the mat to meet the left. Lower to the knees first. Shoulders shift forward. Take that chaturanga. Inhale to cobra. And exhale, down dog. Right away, that left foot steps to the left wrist. Right heel spins flat. Inhale, rise. Warrior one. Exhale, hands come down to the mat, framing that left foot as you step left foot back to meet the right, lowering through that chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Big inhale in. Exhale, sigh it out. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, high to those tippy toes. As you exhale, begin to step it back to the top of the mat. Inhale, half lift. And exhale, fold. Bending into those knees, sit it deep as arms come up with the inhale. Back to that chair pose. And exhale, straighten everything up, returning to your mountain pose or your Tadasana. Good job. We're gonna do that one more time. As you inhale, sit it low, find that imaginary chair, arms overhead. And exhale, fold it down. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, bend the knees, palms plant. Step back, top of a plank. Lower knees. Take that chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. And exhale, down dog. Inhale, brings that right foot to right wrist. Spin the left heel flat. Inhale, rise, warrior one. Exhale, takes those hands right back down. Stepping right foot back. Lower to knees. Take that yogi push up. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Left foot steps to the left wrist. Right heel flat. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, hands down, step it back. Take that chaturanga. Cobra and down dog. Big inhale in through the nose. Exhale, let it go. Once again, big inhale in. Exhale, let it go. Inhale high on the tippy toes. As you exhale, step it up to the top of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Utkatasana. Bend the knees, sit the hips low. Arms reaching overhead. And exhale, bringing those arms down to the side body as you straighten through those knees. Great job. Maybe grab your sweat towel, wipe some sweat. Grab a sip of water. Don't guzzle, just sip. Trust me. Beautiful job. Okay, moving on. I'm gonna limit the amount of vinyasas we do in this class today. So everything is gonna be done from our mountain pose, and we're gonna step back into our first posture. So starting from your mountain pose, we're gonna step that left foot back, finding a crescent lunge. So we stay on the ball of that left foot. Heel is lifting. Lift it a little bit higher. Straighten through that left leg. Now draw the heel towards the back of your mat, bending into that right knee. Tuck that tailbone down, pulling towards the left heel, and arms reach overhead. High lunge, crescent lunge. Big inhale in. Exhale, sigh it out. Use this time to catch your breath a little bit. Scissor those thighs together a little bit. Pull that left hip forward, right hip back. One more breath here. And with an exhale breath, I want you to sweep those palms behind you, face down like you're trying to grab the back of your mat. Triceps are engaged here, and begin to lean forward 45 degrees. Keep that belly off of the thighs. Crown of head reaching for the upper corner of the room. Lift those front toes. Don't grip them. Push into the big toe mound and the heel of that front foot. One more breath here. Inhale, rise it back through that crescent lunge, but straighten your right leg this time. And as we exhale, we're gonna turn to our left, to the side of the mat. As we come into what's known as a star pose, reaching those arms high overhead. One more big breath here. As we exhale, we're gonna bend into this left knee at the back of the mat, and our hips are going to push out, similar to the chair pose, but we're gonna let our shoulders come parallel to the earth. Arms are gonna come out like a letter T. One more breath here. Exhale, hands down to the mat. Let's walk those hands around to the back of the mat so that our left foot is now in the front. Bump that right foot over to the right. Find your runner's lunge, your low lunge here. Right hand comes inside the left foot. This is where the block might come in handy for you. Push into that right hand and start to rotate the chest open. Maybe that left hand comes to the left knee, pushing it forward. Beautiful job. Stick with it. Returning back through center as that left hand comes back down to the mat. You can move that block out of the way. Lower that right knee down to the mat. Toes can stay tucked on the back foot, or you can untuck them, whichever is best for you. As you inhale, start to rise, coming into your Anjaneyasana, another version of that low lunge. Pull the left heel back, right knee forward, finding that scissoring action in your inner thighs once again. Arms are reaching high, elbows are straight, but roll those shoulders away from the ear space, spreading through the back. Hands come down to the mat. Maybe you grab those blocks once again as you start to shift those hips towards the right leg, straightening through the left. Half split. Flex those toes back towards your body to really feel the stretch through the back of that left leg. One more breath here. Set those blocks off to the side as we start to crawl it back into that runner's lunge. We're gonna keep that right knee on the mat, and we're gonna take those right toes to the left side of the mat. Now we're gonna begin to walk those hands to our right, all the way back to the top of our mat. Right hand plants in the center. Extend that left leg long down the mat. Toes are pointing to the side. And inhale, lift that left hand up. Modified side plank, also known as gate pose. You can stay here, or you can challenge yourself by extending that right leg out to meet the left, coming into your full side plank. If you took that full side plank, bring that right leg back down to the mat as left hand comes to meet the right. Swivel back around to the top of the mat. Take an inhale here and send that right foot back to meet the left. Let's take a 3-leg down dog, so lift that right leg high. And as you exhale, bring that knee into the chest, round through the upper back, just like we did in that cat pose. Shoulders are pushing away from the mat, making space for that right foot to step up to the right thumb. Finding that runner's lunge once again here on the right. Let's spin that left heel flat and walk those palms over to the upper left-hand corner of the mat, finding our humble warrior. So your lower legs are in a warrior one position, just like we did in our sun bee, but the upper body is in that down dog. Beautiful job. Walk those hands back in, framing that right foot. Spin onto the ball of that left foot. Step the left foot up to meet the right. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Let that head hang down. As you inhale, let's find that chair pose. Bending into the knees, taking those arms overhead, moving with the breath. And as you exhale, hands down to the side body as you stand up tall back to that mountain pose. Now, the trick is going to be, can we remember all that on the left side to bring equality and balance to the body? So starting back in that mountain pose, this time the right foot's going to step to the back of the mat. Make sure you have hips width distance between those feet to find your stability. Again, lift the heel, come high on the ball of the foot, straighten in to, see I'm a little wobbly, straighten into that right leg. Whew. Now send that right heel towards the back of the mat, but keep it off of the mat, bending into that left leg. Keep it stacked directly over left ankle. Now let's take those arms high overhead into our crescent lunge. One more breath here. Big inhale, reach those arms up. And as you exhale, begin to sweep the palms behind you as you gently hinge forward, reaching the crown of the head at a 45-degree angle. Belly stays off of the thigh. We're not sinking into it. Muscles are very much engaged. Lift those front toes. Make sure you're not gripping with those toes. Inhale, rise through center, straightening into that left leg. Spin on the heels to your right, coming through center. Star pose, arms reaching high overhead. Bending into this right leg now at the back of the mat, hinging those hips backwards as we take our arms out like a letter T. Remembering to breathe. Deep inhales, deep exhales. Exhale, bring those hands down to the mat as we rock it around to the back of the mat, finding that runner's lunge once again. Bump that left foot over to the left. Now lower that right knee or left knee down. Again, toes can stay tucked or you can untuck them, whatever is better for you. With an inhale breath, let's rise it up. Finding that low lunge, that Anjaneyasana. Again, right heel is pulling back while left knee is pulling forward. Engage those legs. Arms are reaching high overhead. We forgot to do our twist, so we're gonna add that in here in just a moment. Yoga isn't about perfection, not even when you're teaching. We all make mistakes, and we learn from them and fix them when we can, and move on. Hands down to the mat or to those blocks as you begin to straighten into the right leg, sending those hips towards the left heel. Half split, Ardha Hanuman. All right, begin to walk it back forward, coming back into that runner's lunge. Here is where we're gonna take that twist that we missed. So that left hand plants on the mat beside the right foot. We're gonna tuck those left toes under, lift that left knee, and begin to push into that left hand as we rotate the chest open. Right hand comes to right knee to push it down and a little bit forward. Beautiful job. All right, coming back through center, we're gonna lower that left knee down to the mat. We have to do our side plank now, so those left toes are gonna sweep off to the right side of our mat. Hands walk around the left side. Left hand plants in the center of the top of the mat as you extend that right leg long. Inhale, take that right arm up towards the sky. Modified side plank. Option again here to take the full side plank, extending that left foot to meet the right. And exhale, bring that left knee back down to the mat. Walk it around to the top. Whew. Big inhale here. And exhale, let it go. We're gonna push into those hands, push into that right leg as left leg goes up and back. 3-leg down dog. Exhale, round to the back, crunch knee to nose, hold here. And then step that left foot to left thumb. Right heel spins flat. And walk those hands to the upper right hand corner of the mat. That left hip likes to pop out to the left. Swing that left sits bone towards the right heel. Beautiful job, let the head hang low. Walking those hands back in to frame the left foot, stepping the right foot up to meet the left. Half lift. And exhale, fold. Utkatasana, once again, begin to bend those knees. Inhale, arms lift high. Engage that core, lengthen the tailbone down. And as you exhale, begin to straighten the legs as those arms come down to the side body. Great job. I'm just going to check on our time here. Wipe some sweat, take a sip of water. As we head into our cool down this morning, or this afternoon, or evening, whenever you have found time for yourself today in your practice. Whew. All right, come to a seated position. Let's take those legs in front of us, nice and long. Sitting up nice and tall on those sits bones. Low ribs reaching away from those hip points. Arms reaching overhead. Big inhale, reach those arms a little higher up. And keeping that length we just made, start to hinge from those hip creases, reaching towards those toes. Maybe they don't touch. Maybe they... If your hamstrings are extremely tight today, place a bend in those knees, bringing the thighs closer to the belly, and then hinging forward, reaching for those toes, keeping that spine nice and long. Bringing that breath back in line, back to normal. Inhale, rise it back through center. If those knees are bent, go ahead and straighten them again. And let's spin our feet wide to the right side of our mat. Coming into a wide leg seated position. Flex those toes back towards you as you push those thighs into the mat. Big inhale here. And exhale again, keeping that back flat. Start to walk those fingertips forward. Maybe using your blocks to rest your elbows on or your head on. Keep flexing through those toes and pull the crown of your head forward. The tailbone will start to flip up behind you. You're feeling the stretch in those inner groin muscles, through the back of those hamstrings, maybe even a little bit into the calves. Beautiful job. Start to walk it back in. And let's lean it to our right. So we're gonna bring our right elbow inside that right knee. Again, maybe you use a block to rest that elbow on to bring the floor closer to you. Push that elbow into the floor of the block as you rotate the chest open, and then reach that left hand up overhead, perhaps reaching for those right toes. Remembering to listen to your body and where it wants to be in the posture. You should be able to breathe in each of the postures. Inhale, bring it back through center. If you're using that block, take it off to the left side. Left elbow comes inside that left knee as we push into it, rotating the chest open. Right arm reaches up and over. You'll notice that on the opposite side, that hip or that sit bone tries to reach off of the mat. Try and push it back in as you reach and lengthen towards those toes on the left side. Keep flexing through the toes, pulling them back towards you. Push into that elbow, rotate the chest a little bit more. Tiny tweaks with each inhale and exhale. Inhale, rise it back through center, placing your block off to the side. Let's bring those legs together You can stay at the side of the mat or you can face back forward. Bring the soles of the feet together. We're gonna take them wide today into a diamond shape. Sit up nice and tall, big inhale. And again, begin to hinge forward, flip that tailbone up behind you as you begin to bring the crown of your head towards the feet. Nice flat back here. Put your hands on your feet and peel them open like a book. Push those heels together and maybe use your elbows to gently draw those knees closer to the ground. Big inhale. Big exhales. Getting into those outer hips. We're gonna go a little bit deeper now. As you inhale, sit up nice and tall. Use your palms to bring those knees together. If you're not already facing the top of your mat, spin there now and come to lie on your back. Knees are still bent, pointing up towards the ceiling. Cross that right ankle over the left knee. Supine figure 4. You're welcome to stay right here if this is enough pressure for you, or a couple of options here. You can begin to lightly push that right knee away from you. Make sure that right foot is flexed to lock the knee joint in place so that the rotation is coming from your hip. If you want a little bit more sensation, what you can do is thread your hands between those legs, grasp onto the back of that thigh on the left leg, gently pull that left leg towards you as you use your elbow to draw the right knee away. That left knee can be bent, or you can straighten it up towards the ceiling, whatever sensation you are looking for in your body today. One more breath here. Lowering that left foot back down to the mat. Let's tighten up those knees, taking right knee over left, and then squeezing those knees into the chest. See if you can grab your right ankle and your left ankle and pull them in opposite directions as those knees get pulled towards you. Ooh, deep stretch in those hips. Breathe through any discomfort. Releasing your grip on those feet. Bring the left foot, then the right foot down to the mat as we switch sides. Left ankle crosses over the right knee, taking that figure 4 in whichever option you want, moving it to your level. Lowering that right foot back down to the mat as you tighten up those knees, left knee on top of right, and then hugging the knees to the chest as you grab that left ankle and then that right ankle, pulling them in opposite directions as the knees pull closer to the chest. Beautiful job. Releasing your hold as right foot, then left foot come back down to the mat. Hug those knees into the chest one last time as we get ready to head into our Shavasana. Let's take our legs up in the air for just a couple breaths. Again, flex those feet back towards you. Excuse me. Maybe one hand on your belly, one hand on your heart. As you feel the belly begin to rise and fall, and feel the heart rate begin to slow. Stay here as long as you wish, or if you're ready to head to that Shavasana, begin to bring your feet back down to the mat. Extend those legs long, heels as wide as your mat. Let the toes flop out to the side. Begin to relax all the way from the tips of the toes, through the ankles, the calves, the thighs. Hands come out to the side body, palms face up. Shimmy those shoulders underneath you, slight tuck of the chin. Take a deep inhale in. And exhale, let it go as you relax every muscle in your body, settling in for your Shavasana. Beginning to come back to your body. Small movements, fingers, toes wiggle. Wrists, ankles begin to circle. Reaching those arms overhead, finding that full body stretch once again. Let the low back lift off of the mat. And as you exhale, begin to bend through the knees as you roll off to your right side. Using your bottom arm as a pillow to rest your head on as we begin to awaken the body. Using the strength of your arms to push yourself up into a seated position. Legs can be crossed or legs can be out wide, whichever is most comfortable for you. Sitting up nice and tall. Let's bring our hands to heart center. Take a deep inhale in. Exhale, let it go. Bring those thumbs to the space between the eyebrows, the third eye. Repeat in your mind or out loud, kind thoughts for myself and others. Thumbs to the lips, kind words for myself and others. Hands to heart center, love for myself and others. Thank you for joining me today for this practice, and I hope to see you again soon. From my heart to yours, namaste.